Hi there. So today I'm talking about emotion of anger. And you know that I work as an aromatherapist, and when you are exploring emotion of anger, I would recommend that you do it in that like cozy and comfortable environment. And I find essential oils like a great way to improve that environment. Essential oils that I use in this purpose are or geranium or lavender. I mean, you can use it both, but I prefer geranium, and I mix it with lemon. I will leave Latin names of essential oils in the descriptions so that you can buy the right one, because especially with lavender it can be a little bit tricky. So if you have these oils, you can take just like 1 drop of geranium, 1 drop of lemon, put it in one like little spoon, and mix it with some basic oil like olive oil or sunflower cold pressed oil, and you can put it here on your neck or on your wrists. Smell it a little bit, so just to get in the mood. About these oils, I would like to just explain a little bit why are they so good. Because lemon is helping you to be focused, but not agitated. So it gives you some kind of brightness, like its color actually. And it is essential oil that is coming from the peel of lemon, so that will be in description too. And geranium or lavender, real lavender, they are very balancing oils. They are more like connecting us, like all our parts, which is also very important, that our body and our spirit, so that Lifecore and everyday life are connected on that bridge, so that you can actually be on the bridge. And it is really good combination. So let me explain you a little bit about anger. So in my work with clients, there is often an opinion, a belief, that anger is not good, and that we should avoid anger. And that is actually very wrong belief, because if you set things, definition like that, you actually cannot do anything. And anger, as any basic emotion, is just an emotion. What will you do with that? So your reaction on it, that's a different story. And actually they are talking about that, but you should not suppress your anger. I will explain very simply what anger is as our basic emotion. The part of brain that is working with anger, it's our primitive part of brain. And when you are angry, it actually means that one of your boundaries has been crossed. And you can see that this is actually very good emotion, because you should know your boundaries. You should know and you should respect your boundaries. So what we should do when we feel anger, we should first acknowledge, okay, this is my boundary and it's been crossed. So I will now think about it, and I will have a reaction on the outside that is appropriate. And usually when people, so this is anger, and usually what people thinks about anger, that when somebody's boundaries is being crossed, that it's normal, that they are actually fighting back, thinking that the other part, so the one that crossed the line, is responsible for their anger. No one is responsible for your anger but you. It's your boundary, and you should know that boundary and you should know about it and why is it like that. And when you think about that, so think about it that way, this way. Anger should be about self-discipline. So you feel, okay, my boundary has been crossed. I will now first breathe. So when I tell you self-discipline, it may sound a little bit harsh. I don't mean about any action that will make you uncomfortable as self-discipline. It's not about that. It's about acknowledging, it's about accepting, it's about knowing that you have to do actions inside of these boundaries that you just felt that it has been crossed. So that's what self-discipline means. It means that you are not supposed to discipline others. That's what it means. So don't think about it as something what you should do. Okay? You should understand yourself. That's self-discipline. You should give time to think about it in your safe boundaries, and safe and healthy boundaries that you have and that you should have. And you should always be aware where they are. And they are different with different people, because some people you trust more. All right? So you should know about your boundaries. This is what self-discipline means. And what we think that it's like negative quality of anger is when people, there's a lots of this type of people, are disciplining others because they are feeling angry. And this is why we all think that anger is bad. And it's actually, anger is not bad. It's just that there's lots of people that are using it in a wrong way. And with time, it gets worse. So sometimes people are suppressing anger, and it can lead to this type of behavior when they then think that they should discipline others because they are angry, and it's wrong. And another thing that happens when people are suppressing anger is that they get they lose their touch to their will, so to their life core. They start to be like very passive, so they are just like turning that anger towards them, and just it can get really heavy, and with some other elements, and in longer period of time it can even lead to depression. And so don't suppress anger. And if one thing what you should remember about this video is that anger is not, it's absolutely normal emotion. It's absolutely, it's an emotion that you should have. So for an exercise, I would like you to write down, what did you get angry about today? Maybe it was, car driver. So just to see your boundaries. Maybe it was, your colleague on work. Maybe it was your kid, your partner. It doesn't matter. But just write it down and just see how you feel about that you actually are acknowledging your anger. And then think about what boundary had been crossed. And then think about that boundary. Can you, maybe for that person, release it a little bit? Or you should even make it like a higher boundary for that person. So it is a very useful emotion, because of course, as any other emotion, all our emotions that we are in contact, so when they happen, it actually triggers some feelings of ours, some memories, some patterns, and these patterns are actually also reaction to some other emotions. So it is a mixture. That's why we are doing it one by one, so that you can track it, so that you can start to give it a name, so that you can see that it's okay to feel it, so that you can, you know, remove those walls on your bridge and feel more Lifecore energy into your everyday life. So I hope this was helpful, and see you next time.